Hi, survivors. It's me, Purpose Ann, reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. Now, this is just terrifying. It's awful. It says roaches in the operating room. Doctors at HCA Hospital in Florida say patient care has suffered from cost cutting. They're cutting the cost of care, of health care in a lot of these medical facilities. So that's why it's imperative for us to take care of ourselves. So it goes on to say, on December 7, 2021, more than a dozen surgeons convened a meeting at their hospital, HCA Florida Bayonet Point in Hudson, Florida. There are concerns about patient safety at the 290-bed acute care facility owned by HCA Healthcare Incorporated have been intensifying for months, and the doctors have requested the meeting to push management to address their complaints. Unsanitary surgical instruments, inadequate monitoring of ICU patients, and overflowing emergency department anesthesiology errors that resulted in patients waking up while in surgery. All were allegations ripe for discussion. The meeting soon took an extraordinary turn. Four doctors who attended told NBC News, with the hospital administration official on hand to hear the answers, the group was asked two questions. Is this hospital providing a safe environment in which to perform surgery? No, everyone in the group answered. According to the four doctors, is it dangerous? Is it a dangerous place to practice? Yes, came the unanimous reply. Good God. And they say it's still going on now. And this is not the only hospital, a facility, medical facility that this is happening to. It's happening in a lot of places. The hospital administrator promised to address the doctor's issues, attendees told NBC News, but more than a year later, little has changed, they said. A spokeswoman for the hospital declined to comment on the meeting. HCA Healthcare Incorporated, owner of Bayonet Point, is America's largest hospital company, operating 182 hospitals and 125 surgery centers across the nation and in the UK. HCA is highly profitable. Last year it earned $5.6 billion, and its stock is an investor favorite. So why come they have that hospital looking like a hot mess? Man. But HCA's laser focus on profits can put its patients at risk as it cuts costs and corners, say seven of the company's doctors in California, Florida, Texas, and Virginia, some of whom reached out to NBC News after our report last month about HCA. Nurses in 5 states concur. Most of HCA's Florida's that have been rated by the federal agency responsible for Medicare, and Medicaid currently rank below average, and state regulators have raised issues about patient care at Bayonet Point at least twice in the past 2 years. 4 physicians at Bayonet Point shared recent experiences for this article. 3 requested anonymity, I don't know why I have a problem saying that word sometimes, to discuss the hospital because they said they fear retaliation by HCA. All 4 doctors said the quality of care at the facility has declined significantly since 2021, when HCA cut staff and began hiring contract workers. They said that the number of so-called sentinel events, patient safety incidents that result in death, permanent or severe temporary harm, have risen. In January 2022, there were 18 near misses among patients about to undergo surgery, said Dr. George Hill, 65, a neurosurgeon and the hospital's chief of staff at the time. One such near miss occurred, he said, when the wrong side of a patient was prepped for surgery. I'm so sorry. That word. A left hip that should have been the right hip. My God. This is terrible. Even as Bayonet Point celebrates the opening of a new $85 million tower with 102 additional beds, recent photos of the existing facility provided by doctors show ceiling leaks in the recovery room, Oxygen equipment held together with tape, bloody and backed up sinks, wires dangling from a hole in the wall, and cockroaches in the operating room. Regina Temple is a chief executive officer of Bayonet Point. She declined an interview request by NBC News to discuss the doctor's allegations. The hospital spokeswoman provided a statement that did not answer many of the questions posed by NBC News, including those about allegations of rising sentinel events at the hospital. The 18 near misses are in the OR in a month. The decaying infrastructure are pests. In her statement, the spokeswoman said, as a learning hospital, we are continually looking for ways to improve patient safety and quality of care. We apply those learnings, including reports by both federal and state regulators, to ensure best practices for quality care are in place. ACA Florida Bayonet Point Hospital is appropriately staffed to ensure the safe care of our patients. We rely on feedback from our physicians, and when issues are validated, we take necessary action. It doesn't sound like it. I don't know. This sounds like total neglect and isolation and a lack of care for people who are in dire need of it. This is really embarrassing. And it's really, really terrible. And it goes back to what I was saying about how we don't stick together out here as human beings and love one another. And stop letting the system divide us all. It's our responsibility to do God's work and to make sure that things are in proper place. We're supposed to be governing over our earth, not these people that we've let have power and they're greedy and just destroying everything. This is terrible. I can't even stomach no more of this, y'all. Y'all see how long it is? Waking up doing brain surgery. I mean, it's just terrible. Y'all, we have to take care of ourselves. But the reason why I really want to share this article to iterate the importance of self-care, of taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. Don't let life just get to you and give up and just overeat or just neglect your health, or don't feel like you have to exercise and do things to take care of yourself. It's just you. Whatever we can do, however we have to do it in order to prevent being at places like HCA Hospital, and not just HCA, all the rest of these old terrible hospitals. Well, then we have to do it. If that means drinking more water, drink more water. If that means walking a little bit more, or dancing, or cycling, or working out a little bit more, then so be it. If it means eating healthier, eating less, praying more, meditating more, working a little bit more, reading the scriptures a little bit more. Did I say praying? Pray a little bit harder, pray a little bit more. Whatever it takes, y'all, for us to take care of our bodies and our minds, man. Especially these days and times when we being attacked on all fronts. From the system and everything and everybody else around us. Y'all watch this world and watch the weather. Smell your water, boil and purify your water before you use it. Please follow me on Patreon for real, raw, uncut, unfiltered content. Please support the Allegedly and the Good Luck with That t-shirts if you can. All proceeds go back into the channel. Please support PrepperZan.com by going to please support PrepperZan by going to PrepperZan.com and get any of your survivalism needs. We have gas masks on there, land for sale, iodine tablets in the event of a nuclear war, all types of things. And all the proceeds go back into the channel so I can continue to spread this message. If you'd like to make a donation, you can make it by way of my Cash App or my PayPal. The links are in the description. And as always, keep surviving. PrepperZan.com.